Election of the new president at the University of South Carolina may lead to a shakeup on the board of directors.
That's right. Will it stop there, though? Our Georgia Godfrey reports some other university boards may wind up getting reviewed as well.
It's been a few weeks since the University of South Carolina's Board of Trustees elected the university's new president, but opposition to that vote still lingers. A Senate Education Subcommittee is now reviewing a bill that would reshape the university's board.
It was quite embarrassing. It was a public embarrassment.
Co-sponsors of a bill to shrink the University of South Carolina's Board of Trustees shared their disappointment in the board's election process with members of a Senate Education Subcommittee Tuesday morning.
Malfunction Junction has moved from I-26 and I-20 to the boardroom of UofSC.
Right now, the board is made up of the governor plus one of his appointees, the state superintendent, and the alumni president, along with one member for each of the state's 16 judicial circuits. This bill would shift to a member from each of the state's 7 congressional districts instead.
The University of South Carolina could very well be our next Santee Cooper. It's there, it's developing, and we need to take action. And I think the first step is to shrink the board so that you don't have 20 people discussing these issues, but half that many.
3 others, including a former employee and alumni, echoed the senator's concerns.
This board does not represent South Carolina. The board does not represent different interests, different careers.
The board chair says the smaller size could limit representation.
This would then constitute the smallest board that this legislature has chosen to enact for by far the largest student body.
This bill only applies to the University of South Carolina, but members of that subcommittee say the boards at other colleges and universities should also be reviewed. In Columbia, Georgia Godfrey, 7 News.
Senator Harvey Peeler of Cherokee County, who filed this bill, says the shift would even out representation. Peeler says right now some judicial circuits have 700,000 people while the others have 100,000.